everybody. Yeah, so it's been a day of throwbacks Thursday. So many great songs that we've listened to. That one was Snoop on D'banj and Don Jazzy's Mr. Endow. The fact that was their foray into the American space. They needed something to get them to be listened to by the American audience, and I think largely that worked. And if your history is good, you will know that from then on, D'banj went on to sign for Kanye West, and the rest to say is history. But now, let's get to our final conversation, and it's about giving. Remember, I told you that it's going to be one that I fear is going to step on some people's toes this morning. So please, if you feel offended by what we are about to ask, all right, please, it is not personal. Don't take it personal. We're only trying to, as it were, talk for development. And we do hope that you join in the conversation and air your 2 kobo on it. My question is this. Why are some Nigerians visiting orphanages and charities for birthday celebrations? Let me repeat that. Why are some Nigerians visiting orphanages, charities, and the likes, motherless homes, what do they call them, old people's homes, to celebrate their birthdays? Now, in 2022, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, in commemoration of his 58th birthday, decided to spend some time with some interesting people. He paid unscheduled visits to the Nigerian Red Cross, Enugu branch, the Mother of Christ Hospital, Enugu, Cheshire Home, Uwani, Enugu, and also the Home for the Elderly, Akuwa now in Enugu, to identify with the residents. When I read that, like, what do you mean identify with the residents? And in all good faith, right? He's not the only one who has done it and who is doing it. For a few years now, I'd say for about a decade, it's become nearly a fad. Once again, forgive me, it's not to trample down your parade, but it's a genuine question. Now, I understand that the basis of this is, okay, a lot of people would want to give back to their communities, want to give back to the orphanages and spend time with the, with the elderly, the old people's home and that kind of thing. And I encourage it. After all, the good book, talking about the Bible, says, who's that good person? Who's that person who has responded and has helped God? It says that you went to visit the sick when they were not well. You gave somebody, a helping hand. You walked down the road for them. In fact, Jesus said, if your friend says, walk with me a mile, walk with him too. There are basis for this kind of actions. And I personally would like to encourage them. But what we are seeing these days is that even people that we know, imagine you see a group of internet fraudsters, right? They come together, they are making donations to the motherless homes, to the orphanages. Politicians do that, even though they've signed and carted away billions of naira, and then thieves. Did you know that the former, he's late now, former drug baron, you know him from Colombia, from the Medellin area, you know who I'm talking about. That guy. Yeah, that guy. Do you know he built schools? He built hospitals with drug money, with money he gained from killing other people, taking over other people's territories. He even started a football club. He was paying their salaries. He was loved. He was doing these good things, but his hands were obviously not clean. His hands were not clean. But I'm not saying those of you who are going to motherless homes, or I'm not saying your hands are clean, or I'm not saying your hands are stained, please. However, what I'm asking this morning is, what is the motivation? Because these days, you find people on social media with videos to say, oh, this is how I spent, my birthday, I went and we gave out, 400 packs of food, blah, 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 blah. We did this, we did that, once again, it's good. But you see, there is a problem with this very much recorded and televised giving. right now, the UNHCR and other associations are warning people about volunteerism. It is volunteering and tourism combining together to form a word. What that basically means that there's some people, out of the good nature that they have in their stomachs, will decide to leave Canada and come to Nigeria to volunteer, maybe in one hospital here, or one orphanage, and obviously as they're coming, they're going to come with a lot of goodies. They're going to come with money, they're going to come with supplies, they're going to come with medical care, they're going to come with staff. Now, what is happening is that these institutions, these orphanages, these homes and whatnot, these places where people who are not too favored in society are being taken care of, now start to keep more children in those spaces. Because the poorer you look, the more benefits you get. The more old people you have in your home who look like they're about to die without somebody giving them, a cup of gari, the more your chances of being given grants. It has now created a hydra-headed monster, sort of what we find in the NGO spaces. But, let's not go too far, and let's come back to you and I. Good sir, good madam, why, in all honesty, are you actually going to spend your birthday with the motherless homes? Are you doing that because, there's a good sense of obligation? Or are you doing that because, it makes you feel good that you are doing something good, but it's because you want other people to know that you are a good person? Does that make sense? How good are you if you want other people to know that you are good? Let's have a conversation.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Our WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030-6416, 0809-030-6416. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments, right? And if you didn't see or hear, please don't make mention of it. But most importantly, keep your conversations civil. Okunaun. That's the pronunciation. I hope I'm getting it. Am I pronouncing it properly? Okunanu. That's in Enugu State. Right. So please do correct me so that I can also help correct others so nobody gets to say the wrong thing over and over again. All right. Now to Facebook. Collins Agumagu says, stop visiting orphanage homes to show much kindness when your late brother's children cannot boast of a plate of food. Is this person reading my conversations? I could swear this is what somebody said to me yesterday. Stop visiting orphanage homes to show how much kindness you have when your late brother's children cannot boast of a plate of food. I will address this. This is interesting. I will address this. All right, Jude, good morning. It's become a fad. I'm not even joking. Almost every young girl these days wants to show how well connected they are to the society. When it's time for their birthdays, they post videos on Instagram and TikTok of how they bought rice or how they gave clothes or how they are buying this and that for the orphanages. It's becoming sickening. People who genuinely give things to people less privileged don't need any form of appreciation or accolades. All right, that's from IB. Chimabi is on the line from Port Harcourt. Chimabi, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
In fact, this topic is a very interesting topic. People do such things to get likes on Facebook and other things.
But it can't be
But
everybody
one thing
now.
I'm sure.
I'm not sure everybody does it for likes and followers on Facebook.
Majority.
Really?
Yes. And one thing we must understand, yes, the Bible said that we should go to the prison, to the hospital, another place to take care of those. But one thing is that even doing all these things, when you don't have a good life, you don't love your neighbor, you don't do good things, is just vanity. Just vanity. Because although me, that's my ministry also. I do go out to those places. But going out to go and show people whatever, that is not, it doesn't give you any reward. Just only on earth here. It cannot give you reward in heaven. So people do it to get fans, so people to see them. That is why whenever they're doing it, they video, they snap and send it on the Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, on the various platforms.
But,
yeah.
Yes, but we should stop. Those of us who are sincere, who are doing it because of the core. Everybody has his own ministry on earth. So when you understand your ministry is that aspect, you follow it and do it. And be sincere towards it, and God will bless the person. That's how it is.
Okay. All right, Chimuri.
So we're not discouraging anybody from doing it, but once you're doing it, let it be sincerely from your heart, not just to get likes or get how do I say, get people to support, to bring money. Some people used to make money self.
Yes.
Some people used to make money for themselves. Some people used to make money for themselves because once they are doing it, they are videoing it, posting it on Facebook. Some persons might have compassion on them. Say, this person they try, I'll send you a account number. Let me start sending money for you, and they start enriching themselves. They start enriching themselves. Meanwhile, there are people doing this thing secretly, and nobody is hearing about it. That's why the Bible said, when you're doing good, let the other hand not know. Are you hearing me now? Let the other hand not know. And see, Jude, listen to me now. The sincere people are not even getting fund for this thing. The sincere people are not getting fund for this thing. They are having difficulties in carrying out this assignment because the devil knows that these persons are sincere in what they're doing. So the devil will fight all means to make sure that they need to free their assignment. But those who are doing it for pleasure, to make people see them, whatever, you see, they have likes, they have phones, NGOs work with them. So in conclusion, whatever we are doing, we should be aware that we give accounts of whatever we're doing on this earth. Definitely. Heaven is real and hell is real. We must give account, definitely, whether I like it or not. So whoever is doing whatever he's doing, he should continue. But let us do it to the glory of God.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Shimobi. All right. Messages now, and we need to get to them before we get to a commercial. All right. This was for Anonymous. Now, it's because that's how some of us were raised. I have done it, but without cameras or social media, and I'd always do it under a fake name because I always felt funny about it. Like, if there is a God that sees all who will reward me, why does he need to see my name in the visitors book? Because I have a birthday every 365 or 66 days, and I give the so-called underprivileged my time and my material things on that one day. Am I really a good person? A day of the year I do again. So my birthday, if I'm not working, I sit in my house. I will go on vacation or staycation with my other half, where I can have only time. It is recorded birthday. I'm really a good thing. If out of 365 days, it's just that one day, your birthday, that you likely also get, presents from other people, your friends and family who quote unquote love you. That's the only day you now go and knock at the orphanage. Oh, I brought 2 cartons of noodles, and 3 crates of egg and drinks and tissue paper. What else do they bring? Soap, dishwasher. Oh yeah, let's take a picture. Children, God bless you. Bye. Court adjourns 2 lawsuits on 27 Rivers lawmakers' defection saga. Police rescue kidnapped victim in Oyigbo. President Tinubu calls for unity among African military. IGP sues former Senator Andy Uba over alleged 400 million naira fraud. In business, House of Representatives mandates electricity companies to undertake 500 billion recapitalization. In entertainment, Denzel Washington speaks on his 15-year battle with alcohol. In sports, former Manchester United interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy keen to remain in Premier League. And on the foreign scene, Ukraine accuses Russia of launching intercontinental ballistic missile. Details in the 12 noon bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808-721-7215. 0808-721-7215. My name is Jude Omamigbi. Thank you for listening. And good morning.
Are you up to date with ideas for sustainable development?
92.3 Nigeriainfo serves you opportunities
to ask great questions,
Contribute solutions.
and transform society for the better.
and listening. Are you?
All right, so bottom of the hour, we have about 70 minutes to carry this conversation out before we get to the final thing this morning. We have guests coming through, and then the news will be coming up your way by noon. So here's the question. Why do you think some Nigerians are spending their birthdays, or their anniversaries or whatever with charities and orphanages? Now, like I said, it's not a bad practice. I really think it's something that a lot of people should do. But the message I read, the person said, if I truly am a good person, why do I have to wait for my birthday before I send something over to the orphanages or I spend time at the orphanages? If out of the 360 something days in a year, I use only one to come around and be with maybe 100 or 50 of my closest, not so close friends, is that really a sign that I am a good person? Now, if that is the case, and like I said, we've seen politicians do this a lot. We know some of you do it every birthday that you celebrate. You take a pack of goods or products or whatever, and you give to the orphanage. Once again, it's a good thing. I think it's good that, we live in a society where, people don't forget that there are others less privileged than them. But the question is, how widespread is this? This culture doesn't seem to be very, popular amongst all generations. Because if it were, it will mean that at least every day, our orphanages should be receiving food items. And I'm not saying they don't receive food items, don't get me wrong. But not everybody is born on March the 15th or October the 30th or July the 25th. No. People are born every day. There's a birthday every day. So imagine it every day. People around Nigeria who are celebrating on that day decide to go to the nearest orphanage, to go to the nearest prison, to go to the nearest elderly home, or to go to the nearest hospital and give items. I think Nigeria as a society will be envied across the globe. But that's not the case here. That's not the case. What is the case is, on certain days, people come and do certain things. Oh, it's my birthday. Put it on TikTok. Put it on YouTube. Put it on Instagram. On WhatsApp. Oh, this is how I celebrated my birthday. Oh, decide to go and spend time with the orphanages. Thank God for life. What really then is the motivation for these things?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, on WhatsApp, Jude, good morning one more time. Say, I give because it is good to give. I agree. What are we without others? Remember, it is a privilege to live. Giving is also an art of appreciating God for his kindness upon us. Many things can motivate us. To me, I just like to be of help where possible. I'm thanking God for making me human. Giving is like praising God to me, and we praise God in many ways. Irabuchi, thank you very much. But that's the thing, I agree with that. But the question is, these places that people are going to and recording themselves whilst they're going to, what is the real motivation? And once again, it's very possible that, okay, many are just recording because it's the trend of the time. Oh, okay, we're walking down to go and buy Mama Put like Jude does. All right, cool. All right, but why are we doing that? Is it just for the sake of documenting our lives, or are we doing that because we want people to see that we are quote unquote good people? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, let's get into the conversation and hear from you. All right, do we believe we have an anonymous caller? All right, it's now Joseph. All right, Joseph's name has popped up on my screen. All right, Joseph is on the line from LMA. Joseph, good morning to you. Welcome, please.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Jude.
Welcome.
I think my kind of person, I give not because I want people to clap for me or to be seen as a good person. I give because I feel fulfilled. I feel fulfilled when I give out or when I meet a need. If you ask me for something and I am unable to give it to you or to meet your need, all through that season, I will not be comfortable. It will become a burden on me. So I think I find love if I can meet a need, if I can solve a problem. I feel fulfilled and satisfied. That is my own kind of person.
So,
thank you.
All right, just a bit. Do you go to orphanages and modernized homes or orphanages and old people's homes on your birthday? Do you do that?
Actually, I have not done that, but I have people that are even more than less privileged around me.
I
that
see.
I can even stretch forth my hand
to give. Help. Okay. All right, Dio is on the line from Waterlines. Dio, good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. Concerning what you just said concerning the man that was laid under the bridge at Waterline.
Oh yes, that was earlier on. Did you see that man? Did you see the body?
Yeah, actually I saw the body.
Okay. All right.
It's still breathing, but there is a kind of a demarcation of tire so that the car can pass through one side.
So cars are still passing through as the body is under the bridge up to now?
Yes, exactly, up to now. But it's still breathing.
Oh dear. All right. Once again, thank you very much, Dio. We would like to say this coming out live on international radio. It's not a good thing to hear or have anybody make mention of. But please, can the police? I know there are a few police stations around that area. Can they please come through and either take that fellow for medical attention? The last caller says the body is still breathing. It seems to be life. So the person is gasping. So please, can the police? I don't believe that no police truck or van has passed there today. Please. Praise. Oh dear. Praise from Ahoda. All right. Some individuals visit orphanages, elderly homes, hospitals, and the IDP camps not solely out of genuine compassion, but for ulterior motives. Sadly, many use these visits as a facade to seek public attention and fame. 2, gain political leverage. 3, establish personal NGOs, non-governmental organizations, for financial benefits. It is disheartening to see people exploiting vulnerable groups for personal gain. Merdich from Transamadi. Like I said, people have made comments like that. And that's why even the international bodies are advising people not to go on voluntarism. That's to go outside and volunteer. If you want to, there are established places that you can do so. Red Cross, Red Crescent. Bodies that have been there for years, that people have a clear history of this is what exactly that they do. Yes, you can. But if you go and say you want to meet one particular, small, you may not. And don't get me wrong. These organizations, the established ones, will not be able, right, to meet every single need, of every single individual in any of these institutions around the world. They will not be able to. So yes, there is a space for private functionaries and stuff like that to come through. But the question is, those people who are coming to that space, what are they doing? Are they doing it properly? And you, as we are particularizing it, why are you going to the orphanages and the elderly people's homes and the hospitals? Why are you going there on only your birthdays? Why? All right, another thing, this is on WhatsApp. Another thing is, I feel like many people do the public giving for clout or because of their future plans. Have you noticed that when some people want political office, pictures of their so-called philanthropy just start popping up? There are some philanthropic gestures my husband has been doing even before we married, so private that I didn't even know about them. He thought he'd reach more people if there were more funds. So he talked with a few celebrities and that he was kind of close to. The only thing they were interested in was bringing cameras, the very thing my husband abhors. As in, they refused to do it without the press. So he cut off contact with them. Fast forward some years later, I saw some of them contesting for political office. I laughed. Interesting. Now, good morning, Jude. Now, I actually say dude, by the way. All right. I actually understand when content creators or foundations document their philanthropical acts because it is a way to create awareness as well as solicit for donations from others. True. Also, the content creators can give revenue from those videos, which can help them donate more to those orphanages. But as for individuals, I can't really say for sure their motives for documenting their philanthropic actions, because it now feels like it's a flex. But in the end, the underprivileged gets food, so it is a win-win situation. But that's the thing. It is not always a win-win situation. Like I said, because of the popularity of these actions, right? Studies have shown that a lot of these homes, these institutions, pretty much remain the way they are. So if you visited last year and there were 200 children, guess what? When you come back next year, there will be 300 children. They may have painted the walls. They may have given them a generator or maybe even bought a van. And it's not because, there are more children who are homeless, right? So you get more children to that particular center. Yes, if there are more funds, or if more funds are made available, these institutions ideally should be able to cater to those children who have been cut off from, societal care, if I can say that. But what happens is that a lot of the times you find the children that are there, they've added more, and it's looking like, the children are not living. The quality that they were exposed to last year is either the same or even worse. Because like I said earlier on, the poorer and more disadvantaged they look, the higher the chance or chances that they are going to get help or aid. And the aid doesn't get to them. You see why there's a problem with this? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. I think I can take one more call as I wrap up this morning very quickly. 92.3, good morning. Hello?
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
Chinke Daniel Mogeto. So,
Thank you for joining us.
yes, it is normal. I okay that. It does not mean that they don't do this charity. Or the other than 60-something days that you put it. They do. Ordinary days. They will not, show anything that they do every day. But because of that day, that bad day is special to them. They want to show gratitude to God.
True.
It is not only going to church, maybe that are buying jets. They take it to this, what is it called? Orphanage homes. I think it is good. We should commend them for that. They're going to give in the church where they will use it to buy private.
Private jets. All right, thank you very much. We have praise on the line from our order. Fortunately, we couldn't get that call. Well, our boss stops here. Like I said, we have guests coming through right now, and the news coming up your way by 12. So, look, do give. I encourage everybody to give. Don't stop giving. But once again, what exactly is the motive? Do you have to give to be on record? Does it have to be to the point where everybody gets to know that you are giving? I'm not quite sure. Well, you alone know the motives. I do hope that it sits well with you. My name is Jude. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Let's look forward to a good Friday. Is it the last Friday of the month? Huh. No, it's not. We still have one more Friday. I look forward to the last Friday of this month. Let's see if we can give out tons of airtime. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed.